Tea time. Did you hear the story the woman told about how she was getting ready to go out with her friends, so she got extra cute and extra fine, and then she went out to the bar. While she was waiting for her friend, two guys approached her and asked if they could sit with her, and she said, "Of course, no problem." And they sat down with her and proceeded to chat with her. So she gets up and she said she excused her, she has to go to the restroom. And when she came back, one of the guys had switched seats and was sitting closer to her. She was like, "Oh, he must be interested in me." So she's chitting and chatting with him. He asked for her phone number and she gets it, and they go out on their first date. Now the date goes well, they having a good time, and he whispers to her, "Would you like to come home with me tonight?" Well, she looks at him and says, "Well, if you're going to talk to me like I am a whore, please make sure you know that you're going to pay me $1,000 for tonight." He looks at her and he says, "Well, excuse me. I didn't mean to treat you like that, but I understand what you're saying. I got it, but I'm not going to do it tonight." And she said, "Okay." And he says, "Well, I still want to see you again. Is it okay if we have a second date?" And she says, "Absolutely. Just let me know." So they go out on their second date. Then he asks her out for a third date. But at this point, it's her birthday month, and she's about to go out of town to celebrate. And she says, "Well, if you're going to go out on a third date with me, then you're going to need to buy me a gift, because there's no reason for me to be spending time with a man who's not even able to buy me a gift for my birthday." He says, "No problem, I can do that." Well, she goes out with him on a third date. They have a great time, enjoying each other. And he says, "Would you like to go back to my place?" And she says, "Okay, tonight she will." She goes back to his place, and he has all her gifts laid out. He bought her a nice purse, gave her flowers and candy, nice little stuff that women like. And after this, he tries to kiss her, and she's like, "Hold on a second. Stop the brakes, pump the brakes." And he looks at her like, "What?" And she's like, "Well, what is this? What are we doing?" And he's like, "I want to kiss you. I want to touch you." And she's like, "No, we need to determine what this is." And he's like, "Well, I want you to be my girlfriend." And she's like, "Do you mean exclusively, where I don't see anybody else?" And he says, "Yeah." And she's like, "Well, I don't know if that can happen, because I do see a lot of guys. I have a lot of men in my life, and they all take care of everything for me. So if I was to be with you exclusively, that means you would have to take care of everything in my life that all of these men take care of. So I won't see them, and I'll only see you. Are you willing to do that?" And he said yes. So she was like, "Okay, now I'll be your girlfriend." So they go on enjoying each other. He is keeping his word and honoring his word. Next thing you know, he looks at her, tells her he loves her, and he proposes to her. Now they're living together and enjoying life. She says she's a stay-at-home girlfriend. She don't have to go out and dot and bop like she used to, and just one person's taking care of her. Shira 7 will be so proud. Sprinkle, sprinkle.